Good morning, and welcome to Unity Church Tidewater, both here and online, as we come together in unity on this absolutely beautiful day. A dear friend of mine introduced me to a new term. It's called canicula, which means like the dog days of summer. And that happened mid-July. The sun does something weird with stars and then afterwards everything clears up. And what is today? Anyway, that's your little Spanish lesson for the day. Anyway, please stand and sing with us. Spirit is in this place.
We have come together as family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise a roof with shouts of praise, Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm alike and sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this.
Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity Church of Tidewater on this beautiful August day. We're finally out of the 90s. We welcome you here in the sanctuary and those on Facebook Live. My name is Kim Gillespie and I'm your platform host today. Reverend Ann is taking a short sabbatical and we know that she's enjoying her time off, getting refreshed and energized to come back to us in a couple weeks. We have a special guest speaker today, Melanie. You know Melanie. She's our greeter. She's our fellowship and many other things. Melanie is a very important part of this church. She's been here since the 80s. So we look forward to her talk on imagination and faith. Today, after service, we have our first coffee hour by the men's group. This is a time for you to connect with other people. Connection is so important. It keeps you revitalized, it keeps you young. So please join us for our first coffee and talk. It's just coffee, but come and have a cup of coffee with us after the service. Let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Let's go into prayer. Divine presence, spirit of creative power and possibility, we open our hearts and minds to your infinite imaginative energy. We have profound thanks for the sacred gift of imagination. It is your divine blueprint within us, the very lens through which we envision a more beautiful world. Through our imagination, we are empowered to see beyond the limitations of our current reality and to glimpse the truth of what can be, to see health, wholeness, and harmony as already manifest. It is our greatest tool for co-creation, allowing us to paint the picture of the good we wish to see in our lives and the world. We also embrace the profound power of faith, the unwavering conviction that breathes life into our imagination. Faith is a firm knowing that our divinely inspired visions are not mere fantasies, but are living reality in the spiritual realm, waiting for us to bring them forth. It is the bridge between the inner image and the outer experience. May we be guided by our unwavering faith to live the truth we know. May we put these principles into practice through our thoughts, our words, and our actions, making a positive difference in the world. We release all doubt and fear and rest in the certainty of our ever-present good. And so it is. So now it's time in our service for the affirmation of oneness. So if you could stand and turn to someone next to you or across from you and look in their eyes, or if you're at home, look at someone in your home or in a mirror, and together we say, the Christ I am, reach the Christ you are, and we work together for the glory of God. We're going to do that a second time, so if you can turn to someone else, if you're home and you have a picture of a loved one you want to remember or recognize that they are connected to you. Again, let's say, the Christ I am, reach the Christ you are, and we work together for the glory of God. Now together we'll say the Lord's Prayer. These are the words that Jesus gave his fellow to pray. Our Creator, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Leave us not in temptation, and deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power,
and the glory forever.
Forever. Amen.
Please remain standing for a congregational song.
Please sing with us. God is good and all is well, and the words will be up on the screens. Feel free to dance, clap, whatever feels right.
What a wonderful morning, beyond compare. I feel God's loving presence everywhere. I am filled with the joy profound in a world where many miracles abound. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is well. What a wonderful feeling to finally know love is mine wherever I may go. To see the world with an open mind, to believe that grace is here and life is kind. In the garden of my soul, I am happy, healed, and whole. I know that God is good and all is
Good morning. Today's Sunday, August the 3rd. The word is truth. I speak my truth with clarity and compassion. Living in an increasingly polarized world, I am aware not everyone will share my perspective or see life the way I do. As much as I want to live harmoniously with others, I also want to stand up for what I believe, what I know is true for me. I appreciate that others feel the same way about their beliefs. I speak my truth. I center myself in my divinity while acknowledging the divinity of all others. I am honest and grounded, staying steady if someone does not agree with me. Likewise, I receive others' truth as I would want them to see or receive mine. The presence of God is within me. I am a spiritual being living with integrity, speaking words of truth with spiritual power. These are the things that you shall do. Speak the truth to one another. Render in your gates judgment that are true and make for peace. I don't know how to pronounce it. Zechariah 8:16. And now en español, I'll be able to pronounce it better. Domingo 3 de agosto, la palabra de hoy es verdad. Expreso mi verdad con claridad y compasión. En un mundo polarizado, comprendo que no todos comparten mi perspectiva ni ven la vida como yo. Aunque anhelo vivir en armonía, también deseo honrar lo que es verdad para mí. Del mismo modo, reconozco que los demás sienten lo mismo por sus creencias. Expreso mi verdad con autenticidad. Me centro en mi divinidad y la reconozco en los demás. Permanezco honesto y sereno, aun cuando alguien no esté de acuerdo conmigo. Asimismo, recibo las verdades de los demás como me gustaría que recibieran las mías, con integridad y respeto. La presencia de Dios vive en mí. Como ser espiritual, actúo con rectitud y hablo desde mi poder interior, expresando palabras de verdad. Zacarías, ahora sí lo puedo decir bien, Zacarías 8:16 nos dice: esto es lo que siempre deben hacer ustedes. Díganse siempre la verdad unos a otros. Juzguen con justicia y procuren la paz en los tribunales. Thank you.
And God morning for me. Let's do the responsive reading. You can find it on the back of your program, or it will be displayed on the screens up here. I'll read the Bible verse, and then together we'll do the bold print. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. I align my thoughts to my one true source, God, the good, omnipotent. Remember the Lord, your God. He is the one who gives you power to be successful, for it is He who gives you power to get wealth. I deliberately use the creative power of my imagination to create only things that reflect the greatness and goodness of God. Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. I hear and respond to the inner word of God, and blessings upon blessings pour into my life. Beloved, I pray that in all respects you may prosper and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. My true self is centered in the abundance of God, and my outer world richly follows. Beloved, now we are children of God, and it has not been revealed what we shall be, but we know that when he is revealed, we shall be like him. Each day in a greater way, I recognize my Christ light within me, and I experience God's kingdom of abundance in all that I do.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Claudia. That's nice and restful and peaceful for a start. I'm going to have a small meditation. So let's just begin by settling in our seats, allowing our bodies to relax and your mind to get quiet. Gently close your eyes or keep them open if you wish. Just be aware of your breath, the rhythm of your breath. Feel the rise and the fall and the steady rhythm of flowing going through you. So let's take a moment to release that tension that's in your body with each exhale. Gently letting it go. Let go of the thoughts of your to-do list from your day and give yourself permission to be fully present in this moment. So now let us bring our attention to imagination. Think of your imagination not just as a frivolous fantasy, but as a divine tool. A sacred faculty in your mind. It is the inner architect of your life, It is the ability to see and feel what has not been manifested yet. See if you can bring to mind some beautiful images. Beautiful cathedral, tranquil garden, vibrant tapestry. Notice the details, the colors, the textures. This is your imagination at work. You are the creator. Now let's turn to the concept of faith. Faith in unity is not a blind leap into the unknown, but a firm foundation of trust into the unseen. Faith is a conviction that the love, intelligence, and power of God are at work in and through all things, and that same power is at work in you. Faith is the firm ground upon which your imagination can build. It is your foundation. It is assurance that the blueprint of your inner architect will be brought into being. Imagine that you are standing on solid ground, a place of absolute stability and peace. Feel the strength, feel the support beneath your feet. This is the firm foundation of your faith. So let's bring these two powers together in our quiet time. Bring together your faith and your imagination. Imagine a vision for your life, a goal you desire, a quality you wish to embody, a healing you seek to experience. Don't think about it. Let your imagination see it, feel it, experience it as it's already true. See yourself in a perfect state of health, that joyful relationships and fulfilling work. See the emotions of gratitude, peace, and abundance. And remember, you are never doing this alone. You are a sacred partnership with the divine, your source, your God. Your imagination provides the vision, and your faith provides the assurance and the power to bring it forth. You are planting a seed in the fertile ground of spirit. So with these two concepts in mind, let us go inward for a 2-minute silent meditation. That we allow this to be part of us for just a few moments. As we come back into this room, let's be thankful to our source, our Lord, our Father, our God, an appreciation of all the gifts He's given us. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
door, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
However big, however small, let me be a part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
For the world we're gonna
Thank you, Music Angels. As I said earlier, today's talk is going to be on faith and imagination, combining two of our powers, of the 12 powers. Faith is believing. believing that I am and you are a child of God. And so what God is, we are. I am God wisdom. You are God love. I am God peace. You are God forgiveness. Now, we admittedly are still unfolding, becoming, and growing. We're like a piece of art that is not complete yet. We're still in the creative mode. We're still reaching for our perfection. But what God is, we are. We just need to remember that, because in our human world, it becomes extremely challenging to hold on to our spiritual core. So just let us embrace our true selves. Now, imagination is the art or the power of forming a mental image of something that is not present to the senses or not perceived in reality. We become the creator in the imagination. It is a powerful spiritual gift and tool, a way to give shape to our faith and our life. We and myself harness this power by mindfully choosing what to place our focus on and how to use our thoughts and feelings to elevate our consciousness. Now, my plan for the sermon is going to be a little bit different. I don't want to give a lecture. I want to plant a seed. Now, we all heard the little term Johnny Appleseed. I'm going to be Jolene Appleseed. And the seeds are going to be the examples of how I have used this gift of imagination. Now, I'm using my own particular stories, therefore I'm not stepping on anybody's toes but my own. I hope that there is an inspiration in just one little story that I tell you, and that something that you hear will spark something in your mind so that you can apply these examples yourself, because they're practical Christianity, taking our beliefs and putting them into practical terms. So I'm going to start with this room, this very room, our sanctuary. For a moment, let's go back in memory, each of you, when you came in those two doors and you saw this all at once. What was your reaction? Did you see the beauty, the grandeur, the peace, the tons of light that's coming in the windows and above? Notice that the floor is descending, the ceiling is ascending. This is quite a room. And then we have the music. It's upbeat and varied, pleasing. We have sermons that have purpose and passion, and all the goodwill that is in this room towards each other. It is our holy place. I want to add something to it because I'm talking about imagination. This pillar right here and this pillar right here are being supported by two angels. Yes, they're 25 or 30 feet tall, and their wings are supporting both of those. So every time you come in here, you are in a safe haven, you're being protected, you're being provided with inspiration and a purpose. So maybe the next time you come in, when you open the doors, maybe you see the two angels that I always see. I'm going to start with an example of one of my latest visions, because that's what I call it, a vision, as well as imagination. It involves my sister-in-law, Cheryl. She and my brother, Bart, lived in Charlottesville. It was December of 2020, and I was visiting the both of them as he was undergoing a heart procedure. This was not a heart operation, it was just an adjustment. It was supposed to have been simple and easy and quick. He died. This was totally unexpected. To make things worse, I realized that his wife, my sister-in-law, Cheryl, had Alzheimer's. I became her POA and lived in Charlottesville for 5 months. Monday through Friday, I would stay up there with her, and I had a companion that helped me, one of my brother's friends, and then I would come home every weekend so I could come into this room and hear inspiration because I needed it. Reverend Ann would definitely helped me a lot just by speaking. So let's fast forward this situation to May of 2025. The facility that she resided in called and told me that she was starting to refuse to eat at times. The following week, she was starting to store food in her cheeks. She just wasn't going to swallow it. I knew that the end was near. I visualized me talking to her as she was before Alzheimer's. She was always energetic and sentimental. So I asked her if she wanted to see her parents, because I knew she did. She was thrilled. She says, "Of course, yes, I want to." I told her that Jesus was going to come get her and take her to her parents. And that there was another surprise at her parents, and that would be her husband, Bart, would be there. She's getting even more excited because she gets to see him. And I said, and he has a surprise for you too. He's bringing all the cats that you all have enjoyed over the years with you. So the purpose of me doing this was that I wanted to hopefully create a state which she was looking forward to. She was stuck in a position. Anyone who knows about Alzheimer's, they're stuck. And they mentally can't get out, and they physically can't get out. So I was trying to create a desire in here. I want to see my parents. I want to see my husband. I want to see the cats. That she would go towards that willingly and leave her broken memory behind. She passed shortly after that. Another example, back in 2005, my first husband, Sonny, and I divorced after 29 years together. We were also business partners, which of course added more complications. In him leaving, I decided I wanted to stay. But I needed to fill the void of him leaving. So I purchased a small picture frame that was silver plated. And I got a picture of Jesus and I put it in it. And I declared him to be my new business partner. I shared tears and joy and growth and many business adventures with him. And that picture sat on my desk until I retired this year. So I visualized him being my new partner. Another example, 1989. I sold my first house after living there for 16 years. Sonny and I found a new home before selling the old home. This meant that we had 2 mortgages for a while. Each day when I moved some items from the house, I sat on the brick porch, steps really, and I would visualize sold sign. Of course, the house hadn't been sold, but every day I would just, and it was red letters, and I would just visualize it over and over again because I was wanting to bring that situation into my life. Now, at that time, most homes sold in, I don't know, 2 to 5 months, not like today. And ours sold in a month and a half. But I remember sitting there looking, sold, over and over again. Right now, I am temporarily experiencing some arthritis in both my knees. To create a solution to this, I walk up and down the stairs every single day and I say, I love my skinny, flexible knees. Every step I take, I love my skinny, flexible knees. Now, skinny means there's no inflammation. Flexible means there's no stiffness. So it's still in my head, but I say that every single time. And I live in a 3-story home, so I say it often. Sometimes when I need to relax from the inside out, I picture myself in an inner tube. You know, those big old round inner tubes moving down a clear stream. There are no rocks, there's no fast-moving water, there are no dangers whatsoever. Just a relaxing ride downstream. Of course, enjoying Mother Nature. Another example of creating a vision in my mind. I have a girlfriend since the 2nd grade. Her name is Debbie. She was a stay-at-home mom and a mom of 4. Thus, the husband was the breadwinner, the only breadwinner. I remember her telling me how hard it was to buy the groceries and the clothes and the school supplies for the kids. She just never had any money. She needed money, but couldn't work even a part-time job. So I started thinking about how I could use my imagination to help her. Well, I remembered that she had a garden. Always grew a garden in her backyard. So I visualized her tilling the soil, removing the weeds, buying seeds, lovingly putting plants in, those that didn't come from seeds, watering, making sure it got plenty of sunshine, and of course, talking to the plants. Time comes for her vegetables, and I'm visualizing her being in this. So she goes to dig the carrots. That's the first one she pulled. So she pulls out a carrot. Instead of being a carrot and it's orange in that kind of cone shape, they were bills that were wrapped around like a cone shape. And I'm not talking about $1 bills. I'm talking about $100 bills. Surrounding this shape, pulled out another carrot, same thing. She was creating and enjoying the money. And next to that were the potatoes. They were like little red potatoes. When she dug those up, they were large silver coins. And then she had some tomatoes. When that was cut, opened it up, it was a huge gold coin. So in my mind, I saw her receiving money, not through a job, not through a passing of someone, but her cultivating it in her own garden. She was doing her part to cultivate that garden. Another time for Debbie, she requested of me to pray for her and her family, but she gave me no details of what the situation was. So I tried to visualize all of them standing in front of their house. And no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get that in my head. That, 2 of the kids would be the side, or 1 kid would be with 1 parent, and 3 would be, and it was just, I couldn't get them all together. So I chose to look up to the sky, and when I did, I saw it starting to snow. Big old flakes coming straight down, beautiful. You know how the first snow is. It's clean, it's wonderful. Everybody's excited to be outside. So with this snow, now I took my vision down and I could see them all together because the snow affected each of them equally. It's just like the message in the Bible, the rains on the just and the unjust. It snowed on them. I was able to put them together in my vision. And of course, the snow was beautiful, peaceful, not only falling on them as individuals, but as a family unit. So these snowflakes were blessings from heaven itself, uniting and uplifting and blessing. I'm giving you lots of good ideas here, you guys. Got some more. Sonny had a childhood friend named Michael who was very athletic and strong. In his early 30s, he became very sick suddenly. It started with his feet and his legs. They became paralyzed. This moved quickly upward to his chest and his arms. Finally, all of him was paralyzed except for his eyes. The doctors were totally confused, and they were very puzzled. Well, they finally diagnosed it as Guillain-Barré disease. And what that is it is a coating on the end of your nerves that sends the message from the brain to your leg or your foot. So the brain would say, okay, foot, move, and the message would go down, but because the nerve endings had a little coating on the end, the foot doesn't get the message. So therefore, that's why it's paralyzed. They don't know where it's come from. They don't know how to cure it. You either die from it or you live from it. He lived. Now, how I did that one, because that one was a little difficult. I looked at his body as if I was, in eagle's point of view. And his veins and arteries are just, all going through his body, because it was all through his body. I decided that looked like roads to me if I was on a hike, looking at highways and little roads that go off from that, and then neighborhood roads, but all these roads going to a destination. So even though his road stopped, I just made a detour and went around it. I continued the thought of veins and arteries, but I used roads to help me see that. So that's how I used my imagination in that particular case. So sometimes when we want to pray for someone, and we're not here to solve their solution, to solve their problems. We are here to help in their solution, whatever that may be. When I visualize someone, I always visualize their face, and they're smiling, and they're happy, and they're shining. There's no anxiety, there's only laughter. So I put a soft white light around them. Sometimes I'll put a crown on the head of jewels. Someone's dealing with self-esteem or rejection. Oh, I put the king, queen, princess, and prince mentality on them. And I dress them up. I'll put something royal purple on them. Or another time, I may take one of these angels and have the angel just pick them up and hold them. They may need a safe haven, a safe place to be. That's something any of us can do. I have only 2 more, and they're my favorite, and they're called the doors. My college friend Pam came to a point in her life when she was faced with a couple of paths to go, and she didn't know which way to go. She didn't know what was best for her. She was confused. She just couldn't clearly make a decision. So in my head, I put an extra room in her house. I asked her to go to that room, and when she went to the room, there were 3 doors that were closed, and the wooden trim around each door I decorated this way. The first one had semi-precious jewels in the woodwork. And I don't mean these little ones we wear on our fingers. I mean baseball size. So that it was overabundance. There were rubies and sapphires and emeralds all in this woodwork around one door. Looking at the second door, they were all diamonds, different shapes, round, emerald cut, cone cut. It didn't, and they were all different sizes, but all exaggerated sizes, all huge stones, all beautiful. And then the third one, I decided to put a combination of turquoise and jade. Also large sizes, meaning the abundance of what's behind that door. I let her pick the door. It doesn't matter which one, but all of them were beautiful. All of them were beautiful. Now this is my last one, and this is my favorite. This one is about me. I have been in transition for several years. And transitions, as all of us know, are not easy. There's a lot of pain, confusion, sadness, not sure exactly where we're supposed to go. So I visualize a hallway. And down the hallway, there are no doors to the left or the right. There are no windows. It's just a hallway. And at the end of the hallway is a very large wooden door that has a big glass piece. And it's a stained glass. It's a peacock. So it has the blues and the greens and the purples, very, very colorful. And on each side panel, I have little squares that are blue and green. I forgot to tell you, though, that going down the hallway, instead of the ceiling being flat, my ceiling is like this, and it's made of glass. So no matter when I go down my hallway, day or night, I can see the sky. I can see the clouds. I can see the sunshine. It's always there. It's always there. So I walk towards the door, and because it's stained glass, I see a light coming from the other side, which is exactly what I want. That's my solution. That's my godness. So that light is coming from behind the door, and it just lights up the stained glass. It's beautiful. My handle is old brass, and I go to open it. And that is me walking into my new life. I still don't know exactly what's there, but that white soft light is protecting. And I know that there will be no problems. I just have to keep my faith. So I'm hoping that one of these examples that you can use yourself, for yourself or for someone that you love. You have someone that's many, many miles away and you can't necessarily be with them. You can be with them in your mind, in your imagination. I thank you. Now is the time for the money. Oh, good. You're going to do it? Good.
You provided the inspiration that you come to the sanctuary every week to get. You gave us that inspiration today, and we appreciate you. Yes, it is time in the service for our love offering. This church is 100% funded by the gift. If you feel you were served today, please give generously. In keeping with the spiritual law, Unity Church of Tidewater also tithes on this income. The board selects Unity organizations and community organizations each month to receive a financial gift to bless others. So today, you can give through PayPal or Zelle, or we'll have a basket up front for you to leave your donation. We appreciate your donations as we are 100% funded by you. Our offertory affirmation together.
Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
And blesses and multiplies
My awareness of all that I am. I am grateful for this joy of giving and receiving.
Now we're going to sing something I'm sure you all have heard before, so please join in as you feel.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. You'll help no one above a stormy sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It's hard to do. Nothing to
I'm going to do that or am I?
no religion is true. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. So come and join us, and the world will be as one. We'll be as one. Imagine no possession. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Thank you, music team. We really appreciate you and all the hard work that goes into every Sunday service. Let us take this time to bless these gifts. Amen. Any visitors here that want to introduce themselves and say hello? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, I can give you this because I know you mentioned the daily word. Now, it doesn't have the August daily word in it, but it does have a daily word that's generic if you'd like this. Thank you. You're from Texas, right? You're camping? Are you going back to Texas or are you going around? Okay, you are. Orange Bob and Hi, Bob and Jeannie. We welcome you today. And anybody else? No? Well, we have a blessing for you. For making up the energy of the service today. We have a couple of announcements. Thank God I didn't wear heels. So, we have prayer chaplains to pray with you on your needs. As prayer chaplains, would you please stand? So if you'd like to see a prayer chaplain after the service. They will pray with you, and then they will let it go. They will not keep that after the service. There's a sound and energy work today after the service in the prayer chaplain and the chaplain. Okay. Experience the peace and relaxation of an individual energy session. A love donation is expected. It's in the chapel if you'd like to be part of that. We're also collecting sunscreen, chapstick, and aloe vera for our teens that are out in homeless for Stand Up for Kids. So there's outside, you can put a donation out there for this. Next week is birthday Sunday. Today is just coffee Sunday. So please stay after the service for coffee, only coffee. We have children, I see.
We are walking in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light, in the light of God. In the light, in the light, in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light, in the light of God. We are walking in the joy, in the joy, in the joy. We are walking in the joy of God. In the joy, in the joy, in the joy, in the joy. We are walking in the joy, in the joy of God.
Hi there. What's your name?
Bryson Farmer.
And how old are you, Bryson?
4.
4. And is this your sister? How old is Savannah? She's 1? I think she might be 2, right? No, 1? Oh, okay. Well, they were in We Wisdom today with Teresa and Cindy. Cindy, anything you want to add?
No, We Wisdom is about playfulness. And it doesn't mean they don't learn something. It's just it's different every day. It depends on what they want to learn. And so today we discussed Noah's Ark and had a great time.
So we have a blessing for our children and our teachers. And Miss Jenny did not have any students today, but she does our regular classroom remote, and she usually has 2 helpers in the classroom, and she brings these wonderful lessons to life.
We appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are.
So the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us.
I am the light of God.
The love of God enfolds us.
I am the love of God.
The power of God protects us.
I am the power of God.
The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are,
God is, and all is well.
And now the peace song, remembering that we see peace here now. We imagine it right now today.
Meant to be with God as we are, and we all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. As peace begin with me, let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be the joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Thank you. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and hopefully come and have a cup of coffee and make some connections.
You're welcome.